Predestination. This film is based on a time travel paradox. First of all, you should know what is predestination paradox. It is a unique paradox of time travel in which a time traveler gets stuck in a loop that didn't have a starting point or exit. The event happening in the actual time becomes the reason for an upcoming event. It's impossible to tell where this time loop began. The fact is the time traveler can't change anything, even if he wishes to, is an intriguing aspect of predestination. The incident will happen on its time. Means the incidents of history can't be changed. It means if a time traveler wants to change anything from the past he couldn't. I'll use an example to demonstrate the meaning of the predestination paradox. Let's suppose you have a friend and you love her a lot. You call her and discovers she is coming to meet you in her car, but while talking she gets into an accident. She dies on the spot because of it. Your life becomes sad after her, because you loved her a lot. Likewise, time passes, and after 15 years you make a time machine. You can travel to any time period you want. So you went to the day when your friend got into an accident and died. Now because you have a time machine you will think, why don't I save my friend in the past? You reach that day with the help of a time machine, and come to the road in a car. On the road from which your friend was coming to meet you. You start driving the car at a high speed and hurry. As a result, you lose control and have an accident. When you come out of the car you discover there was none other than your friend in the car. It means you can't change the things which happened in the past. You just can become a partner of the incident. I hope you have got the concept of the predestination paradox. Let's move to the main storyline of the movie. Let me tell you one thing before starting the movie. The four characters shown in the movie mean Jane, Jones, Barkeep, and Fizzle Bomber is one person. The difference is they are from different times, likewise from present, past or future. The movie starts and a man with a briefcase is shown wearing a coat and a cap. This human is a time traveler and comes into the past to stop a terrible bomb blast. He immediately starts trying to defuse the bomb. While doing his task he feels like there is someone around him. He gets distracted. And the person who fixed the bomb appears, leaving the task of defusing the bomb. They start firing each other. The timer of the bomb ends and the bomb blasts. Due to the blast, the man in coat and cap gets injured and his face gets burned. Then a third man comes and moves to the burnt man. He moves a box towards him and it was a time machine. While using the machine he goes into the year 1992. This was the year from where he came into this time period while traveling. Before moving forward, let me tell you one thing. The scene we saw, there were three people. The first was the man in coat, who was defusing the bomb. His name was Joan. And the second person who had fixed the bomb. His name was Fizzle Bomber. The third man who moved the machine towards Joan, his name was Barkeep. The thing is, they are the same person but from different eras. They have come here through time traveling. After the incident, Joan moves to his time in 1992 with his burnt face. His face was burnt, so he was given a new face through surgery. Now the question is, who is Joan and why does he travel through time? Even trying hard Joan couldn't end Fizzle Bomber until now. Joan has given a new face through surgery. So now we will call him Barkeep. Barkeep has to complete a final mission, so he goes into the year 1970. He meets 1970s Joan in the bar. He was none other than his adult getup. They were talking to each other. Here Barkeep recognizes Joan. Because he was his adulthood. But Joan couldn't recognize him because his face was changed due to surgery. Joan tells Barkeep, "I am a writer," and starts telling him about his life. He tells, "I was born unfortunate and my parents left me outside the orphanage in 1945. Later, the kid was named Jane. She grew elder but none adopted her. She notices many times in the orphanage that she is more powerful than others. She decided to join the Space Corps program after being ignored from everywhere. She was doing well, but she was disqualified due to a physiological problem. She wasn't told about it at that time. And the reason she was told is a fight with a girl there. This was a lie. Jane becomes sad after being terminated from the program. She joins a night school after it and meets a stranger there. She likes him. Everything was fine, but one day the stranger meets Jane and tells her, "I am leaving you forever because of being compelled." There was sadness in Jane's life after the stranger. Jane discovers she is pregnant, and then delivers a baby girl, and doctor tells Jane she has weird physiology. An ordinary woman has female organs, and an ordinary man has male organs. But Jane's body has both organs at the same time. They were fully developed, and because of complexion in the baby's birth, they have to remove her female organ. Jane was now a male, and he has to spend his life as a male. The doctor was telling Jane, and after a short time, Jane discovers someone has stolen her baby. She couldn't find her daughter even after trying hard. Jane starts to live like a male gradually. She changes her name from Jane to Joan. Now he was telling the barkeep all this. Here he stops and he thinks maybe barkeep will not believe him. Barkeep knows all this because he is the future of Joan. Barkeep doesn't tell Joan that he is his future. Where can we find the stranger, according to the barkeep? Jane's life has been ruined by this person. He promised Joan, "I will not only take you to the stranger, but will also give you a chance to end him. No matter what will be its results." Joan and barkeep go to the time while using the time machine where Jane works in a night school. Joan keeps a gun and moves to end the stranger. While searching for the stranger, he meets Jane, and she starts liking him. Joan understands immediately the stranger he came to end is none other than himself. It means he was Joan whom Jane likes. He went while leaving her, means Joan met his female future. Jane and Joan were talking and barkeep secretly leaves. He moves into 1970 while using the time machine to defuse the bomb. It was the scene shown at the start of the movie. Barkeep reaches there and finds Fizzle Bomber fixing the bomb. They fight and Barkeep gets faint during this. He comes to his senses and sees Joan whose face gets burned while defusing the bomb. He helps him while moving the time machine towards him, so he can return to his time period. During this, Fizzle Bomber also moves from there and Barkeep moves to the time when Jane delivered her daughter. He meets the head of the bureau. He also had a time machine, means he can also do time travel. Barkeep picks Jane's daughter from there and keeps her outside the orphanage in the year 1945. Not only did the male Joan have a relationship with the female Jane, but their daughter was also they. Maybe this is the reason the girl has female and male organs. This is called the predestination paradox. We can't tell it starting, and the girl was born because her both forms met. After keeping the girl outside the orphanage, Barkeep come to the time when Joan and Jane were together. He calls Joan while pointing because he was sitting with Jane on the bench. This was the time when Joan says to his friend, "I am leaving you forever." Joan comes to Barkeep and tells him now we have to go to the future. Barkeep tells Joan, "I am none other than your future." Joan and Barkeep go to the time of 1985 while time traveling. Barkeep meets Bureau's head and leaves Joan there, so he will come out of the shock. He leaves his audio recording for Joan so he will understand everything and will follow them. After meeting Bureau's head, Barkeep goes in the year 1975 for his retirement. As we know, there will be a bomb blast in the year 1975. Barkeep moves to the days in the past when the bomb will blast in 1975. When Joan recovers in 1985 and hears Barkeep's audio, he discovers the truth. He becomes an agent after it. After 7 years, Joan becomes a permanent agent and goes into 1970 through time traveling. He goes there in a coat and a cap to defuse the bomb fixed by the fizzle bomber. It is the scene we saw at the start of the movie. Joan gets distracted by the activities of the fizzle bomber. There was firing between them, and during this, the timer of the bomb ends. The bomb blasts because of it. Joan's face gets burned because of the blast. I hope you have understood who were the three in the first scene and what they were doing. Barkeep reaches 1975 for retirement from his duty. Now because Barkeep was retired, so he tries to deactivate his time machine. But he couldn't do this because there was an error in it, and when he was checking the file he discovers a clue from Bureau's head. He can catch the fizzle bomber, who will do a blast in New York while using it. Barkeep reaches the place where the fizzle bomber was while using the clue. Barkeep becomes worried to see fizzle bomber, because he was none other than his future getup. It means Barkeep is finding his own getup to end from many days. After seeing fizzle bomber's condition, it appears that Barkeep's time traveling has had an effect on his mind. Likewise, he has made insane in the future. This may be the reason for becoming a fizzle bomber from Barkeep. He ends many people to stop the attack. Barkeep ends his future means fizzle bomber. He doesn't tell Bureau's head about his time machine. His time machine is still working. This thing is pointing towards he will continue traveling. We discover in this movie if a human does time traveling, it also affects his mind. If Barkeep will continue time traveling, it will affect his mind, and he will become fizzle bomber. The reason for becoming fizzle bomber is the movie is based on a paradox, and it predicts it will happen the same that happened in the past. I have told you the time traveler can't change anything. The second question is the bomb blast in New York was stopped. It feels like maybe the bomb blast was stopped while ending fizzle bomber. Don't forget, this is predestination paradox. It means if anything has to happen, it will happen. The bomb blast will also occur. With it, this movie ends.